Sunshine State, and has been a very rainy season for many spots. Here's a look at where the rain is happening right now along the Georgia coastline, the Golden Isles there. You see a little bit of wet weather around the Big Bend area of Florida, but for the most part, if you're up early for that morning walk along the beach, looking great at Daytona Beach. You've got Cape Canaveral. I see a few showers that have popped up here north of Miami, and we will see more coverage of storms as we go through the afternoon, thanks to the sun heating up the tropical atmosphere. And I say tropical because dew points are well into the 70s. You step outside, it's like stepping into a sauna. It is so humid out there. So showers and storms top to bottom here. All the beaches could be affected at some point today, from Pensacola, Panama City Beach over towards Orlando and down towards Miami. Hazy sunshine, and when it's not raining, it feels like it wants to rain at any moment. We've seen a lot of rain over the last 7 days, in particular the Tampa Bay area, where this time last year we had extreme drought conditions. Quite the turnaround this year. We have a surplus of more than 20 inches in some spots along the Sarasota-Fort Myers coastline. You can see that frontal boundary basically stalled out across the region, so that will be our focal point for additional showers and storms. And not just today, I'm afraid. It's going to be rounds of rain throughout the week. So here is a look at tomorrow. You've got Jack's Beach down to Naples, 91 degrees with the showers and storms, and even down towards Miami. Could be some airport delays depending on where the storm's set up. And here's a look at that future radar, so you can kind of plan your day. If you're heading out to a theme park or a beach, you will see some breaks in the action. But when you see this showing up on your radar, it is time to bring it inside. As you can see, the morning time gets a break, but then by the afternoon again tomorrow, Reynolds, we see more action taking place in the Panhandle all the way down through the peninsula. So there is that threat. We could see some flooding here too, not just in Florida, Reynolds, but up the coast of Georgia and South Carolina as well recently. So here's a look at that cooler feel to the air, and not just the Great Lakes, but around the Northeast as well. A lot of blue on the map behind me. That means temperatures have dipped down into the 40s as far south as Kentucky, into Charleston, West Virginia, New York City dropping down into the 50s in Central Park. So definitely open the window kind of weather. No need for the AC. With this dip in the jet stream briefly in place, meaning it's not going to be here for very long, we will see another warm up eventually headed our way. But in the meantime, we're going to be seeing highs anywhere from 10 to 20 degrees below average. It's going to feel more like the beginning of October in places like Buffalo and Burlington, DC, New York, all the way down toward the south. And of course, along the Gulf Coast, it's courtesy of clouds and showers, keeping us on the cooler side. But here in the Midwest, it's just dry, cool air. You've got temperatures that have dipped a little bit here. Cincinnati, 5 degrees cooler compared to this time yesterday. But look behind me here, up here to the north, temperatures are already starting to warm up in advance of the next system. So that means you're going to see those temperatures warming up into the 80s in places like the Twin Cities, 78 degrees in Des Moines, 75 Chicago, 71 degrees in Detroit. Can't rule out a few more pop-up showers over the Great Lakes, by the way, because of the instability, the temperature differential. We saw a lot of funnel cloud reports coming in off of Lake Michigan and northern Indiana, so some waterspout activity there. Temperatures have cooled down across the Northeast as well, so you're grabbing your jacket, or maybe you are if you're heading out to brunch or church this morning. We're going to be flirting with records yet again tomorrow, at least getting pretty close. Little Rock dropping it down to 54, not quite a record, but it looks like if we go down the list here, Elkins, West Virginia, if we get down to 37 by tomorrow morning, that's enough to tie a record from 1986. Well, weather disasters can certainly impact our homes, our neighborhoods, and now it's impacting our insurance. Our partners at WCCO took a look at this trend in Minnesota. Hold off. Well, more to come here on America's Weekend Headquarters. The first flakes of...
We always love your expertise.
Thanks, Reynolds.
And we were talking during the break, some of us are fans of the heat, some of us like the cold, but here we are with some hot times, and we think of summer as being the fun and the sun time, but with all these fatalities due to the heat, especially in the last 5 years or so, it can be pretty dangerous. Do you think our mindset of what we think of summer needs to evolve? Does it need to change, maybe?
It certainly needs to evolve. And
pre-existing conditions and our overall health going into such an event,
That's right?
I understand studies done in Europe the last 2 years show that eye-popping death totals as well. You know, one study found 47,000 deaths actually were heat-related last summer. Another study found 60,000 heat-related deaths in 2022. Do these numbers surprise you, and why are these numbers so high?
I think this is an